In this video, Pete tells us a fairy tale story.
A fairy tale story. It's a great story.
And I get annoyed with a couple of scooters. Hey guys, welcome to another video from the Costa Car Trader. It's Pete's turn to bring us a car today. Not sure what he's coming with, and he's about to arrive any moment now. I think that's him. Hello mate.
Amigo, hola.
How's it going?
How are you today?
Good, good.
Electric handbrake. It's my first car ever with an electric handbrake, so I just figured it out. It's now okay.
I like the noise it makes.
It's a Citroen C4.
Nice.
Now back in the day with the Citroen C4, it didn't do anything for me, no emotions. This is the newest model. You can actually get this electric if you're into that. You can get this in diesel if you want an economic car. Now this is the petrol version. Right. And it's got a turbo on it. So even though it's a little petrol engine with only 3 cylinders.
3 cylinders? You're
kidding? 3 cylinders, yeah. But it just goes fast. It's a very powerful car. You get the torque in the low revs already. I mean, they're so sophisticated now, these turbos and these little engines. Don't forget in the Formula 1, you're talking a 1.6 engine. Yeah. I know they've got some electric bits on there, but you're talking just under 1,000 horsepower. So that's where we got to. And these French people that build these cars, you know, they haven't been sleeping in the last 20 years.
No, their cars have come on a lot.
Do you remember back in the day, like in the 70s, when all these Austin, Maestro, Morris Marina owners were calling the French cars how bad they were? Remember that? Yeah. And they were owning a Morris Marina. Which was falling apart after 3 years, in case you didn't know, but I think you know. Oh yeah, I've experienced that. You experienced it. I had a few of those cars, and well, they're like the clown cars. They just fall apart. The doors come off. Yeah, circus cars. Circus cars. Circus cars. Yeah, and clowns drive them. Are you calling me a clown? So what you're getting now, you think you're buying a regular family car, which of course it is a regular family car, but it's 2024 now. Yeah. So everything that used to be on the most expensive Mercedes, BMW, Aston Martin, Bentley, RR Rolls-Royce, you get that now on these normal cars. Yeah. It's got a heads-up display. It's got a beautiful automatic system. It's got the full function steering wheel. And just look at the wheels. This is a family car. I love the wheels. That's 18-inch wheels. Are beautiful. I love the colour on them as well. It matches the red. Yeah, but it makes it look like, you know, like good. Like here I come. The thing is, you know, what they do in France, they give you Michelin tires. Don't you love that? To have Michelin tires under your car. High quality tires. Always going to be safe with that. It's got disc brakes all around. You know, you don't find that all the time. Many people still get drums on the back. Yeah. You know, which it works. And this particular one is actually up for sale in Benny-Goffer. Is that our friend John again? It's our mate John. Yeah. Hello John. John, how are you, man? Beautiful car. Thank you for letting us drive it and promote the car. You know, I'm looking at this car and I'm struggling to how to classify it. It's not your everyday car. It's not an SUV. No. It's not quite a crossback. It's not quite a hatchback. Well, the thing is, you know, before with the C4s, they used to do a Picasso. They used to do like a sporty model, and then your normal sort of hatchback, if you can still call it that. And what I noticed with this car, it looks very sporty. It does look sporty. It feels sporty. The steering, there's nothing like this steering. It's so, when you're actually not moving, it's so light, and when you're moving, the steering seems to adjust. So it's just, you get a good feel of the road. And I was a bit worried about, you know, if you can look here, the small rear window. But then of course nowadays you get reverse camera. Of course. So you're not super bothered about this small rear window anymore. Is it 360 camera or just reverse? I noticed when you put it in reverse, you get 2 pictures up. So you get the whole back view with red and green lines and sound. Beep, 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 you know. Yeah. And then there's like as if there's a drone following you. You see the car from above as well. Now how they do that, I don't know. But they did it, you know. I think they've got little cameras hiding in the side mirrors. Don't know how they did it, but it's amazing. You just look at your screen. You don't have to break your neck. Saturday morning turning the neck, it's always a bit heavier than like on a Monday morning. And gets you all over view everywhere. So no problem parking for anybody. Even the clowns that used to drive these Morris Marinas, and what was the other one? An Austin Allegro?
Yeah, Austin Allegro, Morris Minor.
Morris Minor, yeah.
Minis as well.
Yeah. You got this lovely, beautiful spoiler.
I know, that's beautiful. And that comes standard, that spoiler.
That is all standard, man. I mean, it's great.
The petrol door. Have you seen the size of it?
So I don't have to find it today. No, it's an easy find for once.
Look at it. I wonder if it's this size because they can easily convert it for electric charging. Maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why, yeah.
But it's a huge door, isn't it?
It is.
It's almost as big as the passenger door.
Yeah. And then here, when you look in the boot, opens up like that. Oh, by the way, it comes with a comfort mode key, yeah? So you just have this key with you, and when you walk away, the car is locked, and when you come close, the car is all open. You can start it, drive it. Quite a decent boot, not the biggest boot of its price range, but it is very, very good. And
you can make it bigger though.
Same as the DS, you get extra space.
I'm noticing these little side pockets here. These are quite handy, these. I like these.
Always handy because you get stuff moving around normally. You need to bring something or whatever. Small things, you can put them here and it's not moving around.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So it is still a little bonus that, it's not guaranteed to get that in any car. There's the reverse camera, by the way. And this is real Citroen. It's not a DS, this is still the Citroen. Have a little look here in the back.
Welcome.
Big back seat, you got separate air conditioning in the back, for the people, and it's beautiful big size. And they made it so it's super comfortable, and as you can see, it's half leather, half cloth, and you just click the button here, it comes forward, and then you can put your skis in there if you're going to Sierra Nevada. You're going to Switzerland, wherever you're going. This car will take you there, and it will bring all the stuff that you want to bring there safely.
Alright then, Pete, tell me about the interior on this thing.
Okay, so first of all, you got a start-stop key. So, with most cars nowadays, the key is in your pocket. You press the brake. We got automatic gearbox here, yeah, that's very important. Got an automatic gearbox which is all electronic, and we got an electronic handbrake which is on right now. As you can see, it's pull or push. Yeah, so great, simple, no force needed, with the old handbrake, like yeah. And here's the start stop button. Press the brake, keep it pressed, and then everything comes on. Air conditioning on straight away, climate control, and we got a HUD. Ooh. A HUD, a heads up display. Cool. And like I said, man, Mercedes, BMW, Rolls-Royce, Bentley, these cars used to have that like 10 years ago. Now, Citroen decided to put that in their cars. You get a lot of info on the display, which is really, really great. You get USB, you get USB-C, ready for the future. Charge your phone, play music, whatever you want to do. Obviously, you can connect to the multimedia system with the Bluetooth on your phone. And you get, the HUD is here, the heads-up display. If you don't like it, you can always switch that off, of course, in the menu system. And here is your, your normal display, speedometer and all that. See if your lights are on. And actually, it is an automatic car, but it does have these, flappy pedals, as we call them. There is a drive mode as well. You can drive economic, you can drive sporty. It's all to your own preference. But this car will always be an economic car, because I tell you what, man, it has only a 1.2 engine, petrol, 3 cylinders. Yeah,
it's crazy.
And it's got, of course, turbo on it, which makes it a very economic but fast, nice feeling car. Like I said, this power steering is like no other car. We're standing still and this is so light. So this is adjusting itself for standing still, driving. On the highway it's not that light. So I love that system myself, because with the parking, look, it's great, isn't it? I know we like the classic cars, but this is also
it's so easy to drive.
Ah, man, it's so easy. Man, now look at what these French people did for us, man. Look, you got the secret compartment here. Very secret, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Now, we don't need secret compartments, but you never know. Somebody might need it.
Some people might.
It's there. Everything on the display is basically on your steering wheel, so you don't have to take your hands off the steering wheel, which is pretty important, safety, this, that and the other. And you got the 12 volt here. Hidden cup holders. Don't have to see them all the time.
Oh, you love cup holders, don't you?
They're so important, man. I always like to have my coffee or my drink, you know. But you can close that down.
That's pretty cool.
And then, you know, because it's an automatic, normally you drive it quite relaxed. You put this forward and you're just leaning on that, mate.
It's nice and soft, this. So
yeah, that's wonderful. I mean, you're gonna use that.
Oh, but yeah,
you're gonna use that. You know, some people don't even know this moves. But you just move it forward and you just like that.
I'm looking now. This has got 3 glove compartments here.
Oh man, check that out. Check that out. You're gonna love that, man. I mean,
so
which car does have 3 glove compartments? It's like a holy trinity.
I can't even reach the bottom of it.
Chris, it's a holy trinity. You're gonna use all these 3 compartments, trust me, because look at this. Now I know you work online a lot and you're a multimedia kind of guy. Yeah. So first of all, look at that. What's that?
It's like a secret.
Yeah. Look, here's your tablet, mate.
Oh wow.
There's your tablet.
Wow.
Yeah. So your wife can drive, or your fiance, or your girlfriend, or you know, whoever, and you can be working. Now close this up and okay, just open this.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, mate. Now what do you think that is?
Well, I presume this connects onto there somehow.
Yeah. Try it. See if you can do that with one hand.
Yeah. Holding the camera, I can't do it one-handed.
You did it.
Okay, he's in.
It's a one-hand job, mate.
One hand
job.
So then you can get the.
Now I've never seen that before. You?
No, it's fixed there. It's not going to fall.
It's fixed.
If you slam your brakes on or whatever, it's not going to go anywhere. And it's pretty cool.
It does turn a 1, 2, 3 screen car into a 1, 2, 3 quattro, 4 screens.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That beats Bentley any day of the week, man. No, obviously, you know, you can do your thing there, and it's there, you know, you're gonna use it. It's there, you're gonna use it. They thought about that really well, you know.
Yeah.
What I also like about this one, with the seatbelt system, normally there's all sorts of lights and things going off, but here you got a little display.
Oh yeah.
And then look, when I put my seatbelt on, you just have a look, yeah. Bam, seatbelt on.
Okay, so you can check whether your passengers actually have the seatbelt on without physically looking.
Yeah, there's no more lying.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
And I think the next thing is to take this thing for a ride and then get our thoughts on that.
Okay, let's do it.
See what we think, see how it feels.
He is very smooth. It's the best way to describe it. Smooth.
It's very quiet. I think the cabin is very well isolated. The aircon works a treat.
Look where you're going, you fool. Crazy drivers on the road.
Oh man.
I love this heads-up display.
You like that, yeah? You've never had a car with one. It's the first time you've ever had a HUD.
It kind of feels like it's far away.
It's weird, like you can't grab it. It's ungrabbable.
Yeah, it's like it's so far away.
But it's there.
It's like it's on the end of the bonnet.
What info does it actually give you, Chris?
So the heads-up display, it shows you speedo. It also shows you the speed limit of the road.
That's nice.
It shows you your fuel.
And I'm sure if there is a warning or anything, then it will also come up on the you know, on the heads-up display. And
yeah.
So I noticed this car has got cruise control, which, you know, some people never use it. I like to use it because when you do a road trip, put on cruise control, 120, 130 clicks an hour. Well, 130 can be illegal in some roads, you know what I mean? But it does keep a nice flow going. Do you ever use cruise control, Chris, on any of your cars?
No, not really. Unless you're on an empty road, I don't find it very useful because
highway. For me, it's all highway stuff.
Yeah, you go on the highway and then you always get people hogging the middle lane or going slow, and then you've got to keep turning it on and off, and I find that a little bit annoying.
Yeah, you know the trick, what you got to do is, Chris?
Blast your horn.
No, use toll roads. Nobody ever uses them because it's too expensive and you can drive all day long on the cruise control because it's quiet.
So this particular Citroen, it's called an EAT8.
Okay.
EAT8, and I think that's for the gearbox, and I'm presuming it's electronic automatic transmission, and the 8 stands for how many gears it has. It's an 8-speed.
Could be an 8-speed. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing, man. Because you know, the more gears it has, the better it is with acceleration and all that kind of stuff. Economics. Yeah. This is always good fun. Yeah.
To me, isn't it?
Yeah. Now I think, you know, everybody should allow. Oh look, he's got a sign on the back. Stay away 1.5 meters. He thinks he's still in lockdown.
They want you to stay 1.5 meters, but they pull out in front of you. Shouldn't they give us 1.5 meters as well?
They should do. But they're making all new laws for these moped scooters. We'll probably do a review on one of them one day. You know what I mean? And then we'll tell you what it's all about. But I don't want to, you know, be a bad guy or discriminate. But to have these really old people on these mopeds on the roads, I think it's dangerous, man.
And children.
Well, yeah, that's only my personal opinion. Anybody can have their own thoughts on it. We're allowed to share that. I'm seeing a lot of dangerous situations, you know, driving the car and then they're on the roundabout, they're left, right, here, center, you can't hear them. What's going on here, man? Oh, this guy's something in his foot. I'm sure this C4 has a first aid kit. We could have been helping this guy, Chris.
You hardly feel the road, it's like...
No, but it feels like a very expensive car to drive, to be totally honest, or not?
Yeah, it does feel expensive. You know, C4s were never like an expensive luxury car. You know, they were good cars and everything, but they were never that. But this does feel like it's sort of going into that area of luxury.
Exactly, man. And you know what it is? Citroen, yeah. It's almost a fairy tale story. It's a great story because, as we said before, 20 years ago, 30, maybe 40 years ago even. I mean, it's what, 2024 now. People were a little bit neglecting the Citroen cars, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, there were some beautiful models. Don't forget the, you know, the DS. And then you had the CX, you know, I think it was the President model or something, which is actually worth quite a bit of money now. And they had the special suspension, yeah? But they did have a bit of a reputation. Now this whole reputation, they turned it around so great. It's probably one of the greatest stories in automotive history. Because what I'm going to tell you now, Chris, and this is a true story.
Okay, I like true stories.
Yeah, it's special. So it's now 2024, yeah, as I just said.
Yeah. 2023,
according to the magazine and website and multimedia company called Car Express UK. You might know them, or Auto Express, sorry. Yeah. It's the Auto Express. They did a survey, so it's not just you know, one or two guys driving a car and saying which is the best, which is the worst. They did a survey, thousands of people. This is 2023, and this car, the Citroen C4, came out as the car of the year, people. And this is a true story. And why was it the car of the year? To just mention a couple of things, yeah. Top 3 safety, Citroen C4. Top 5 child-friendly, Citroen C4. Top 3 low in maintenance fee. Top 3 economic. Top 4 styling. And many other things, which made this car into the top model of, like, what would you call these cars?
The category is hard to say it. It's a bit of a mixture of everything, isn't it?
It is, man, it is. But so make no mistakes. The old reputation from Citroen might have never been true. I don't know. Yeah. We didn't have internet back then. People tell stories and other people believe it. Now you can check everything on Google. But when you ever Google this car, yeah, listen to this. Okay. Don't just type in C4. Don't do that. You have to type in Citroen C4, because when you just type in C4, you get some weird stuff on the internet. So it's a Citroen C4. Do the research. Check me if what I'm saying it's true.
All right, let's put the foot down and see what this thing does now.
Here we go, off the roundabout, going onto the straight. We are near the Salt Lakes in Costa Blanca South. And here we go. Oh my god, these headrests are really big, man. Nice.
It's quick.
You're not breaking any laws, Chris, no?
No, I don't.
One of our mates just got a fine yesterday. He put it all over Facebook. He had 2 fines for speeding.
Really?
Yeah, he did. Here we go, sports mode. Come on, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, that pulls.
You wouldn't think this is only 3 cylinders, would you?
No, a 3-cylinder, it's crazy.
I mean, it doesn't scare me, don't get me wrong, it's hard to scare me, but it's fast. It's definitely fast, and I like to have that little extra reserve in speed, because overtaking, it's best to do that as quick as you can.
Yeah. It's funny, this has got a 3-cylinder 1.2 engine in it, and it's
faster than your Nissan.
And then you have a 7-litre Continental Lincoln.
7.5 litres, thank you very much. Big block.
7.5, and it probably won't go as fast as this.
No.
It's crazy how they can get so much power out of something so small.
Yeah, well, everything has its charms, Chris. Everything has its charms.
So what you were saying about the C4, you got to be careful if you go searching C4 without the Citroen, because you may end up getting the police knocking on your door. Why are you searching for bombs?
When you know, our good friend John told us about the C4, I was googling it to get some info on it, and yeah, well, you got to put in Citroen C4. Hey, but look what beautiful! There's the moon, man. Wow, there's the moon in the daytime.
It's a beautiful day today.
Beautiful. It's all blue. There's no clouds. I think you're enjoying this car, Chris. This is the longest drive you've ever done in a car. So you're secretly a secret admirer of the C4, aren't you?
I'm tempted not to give this car back.
I'm sure you can keep it if you pay John.
Yeah, I'm sure John would love me to buy this.
I don't know if he accepts, like, you know, crypto and that kind of stuff. He might do, and then you might be in for a good deal, mate.
Would he accept a Lada Niva?
In part exchange.
But you know, if you aren't interested in the Citroen, then this is available at Citroen Benihoffer, and our man John will look after you if you go there and ask for him. But there's other people at Citroen who are also very good as well. Elsa, I was there the other day asking about number plates and everything, and she was really helpful. So I think everybody at Citroen are pretty good people. I'm just going to point something out here which I noticed. So it's a feature which is kind of cool. So this car's getting a little bit low on fuel now, and they don't just give you a warning like showing on your fuel gauge. It actually comes up on the screen, all the local petrol stations telling you where to go and get fuel.
Oh man, I wish they had that 15 years ago when I was on a daily basis without fuel. You know? People always say, you know, you're very you know, like what they call it, tight. You're very tight with the money.
Yeah.
I said, listen man, that might be true, but if you have an empty tank, for sure your car is going to be faster. It's all in the weight, isn't it?
Exactly. But back years and years ago, I used to run out of fuel, and it's not like today. You didn't have mobile phones or nothing like that, so if you run out of fuel on the side of the road, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
I used to.
They had jerry cans though back in the day. They did have them.
But if you're miles away from a petrol station, you used to have to like hitch a ride.
Oh, I know. I can tell you stories about that, you know. But anyway, I won't go into that.
No, that's for a different video.
Yeah, that's for another video. Hey Chris, now I've never seen a 3-cylinder engine in my life. I know this is all like new stuff to me. I love V8s, as you know. So this is what it looks like nowadays, yeah, under the bonnet.
Let me take this cover off here so you can have a proper look. There we go, just put him up there out of the way. So there you go, like you got your 3 cylinders, that's it.
Ah yeah, that's it, yeah.
It's a very small engine, and you got your turbo down here.
Cool.
Look at it, it's brand new. This car's 2022, it's almost new.
Yeah, it's almost new, man. It's really like as new.
It is.
It's hard to believe it, because it's quite a dusty area, you know, here in Spain, but this car is just as it rolled off the line. I just want to talk a little bit more about this car being an award winner, you know, because to me it's special. You know, the cars they're making nowadays, they're not making any more bad cars. So the competition is always going to be stiff. But this car won the award, didn't just win the award, it had like 6 top 10 placings, which apparently never happened before. Now don't forget what I told you before, this is a people survey. These are real people voting on their driving experiences. Yeah. Number 1, smoothness. Number 1, reliability. And in the top 3 or something, it was also the service cost so low. So it must be a really great car. I know we only had it for a week or a couple of days. I know you enjoyed it. It was the longest test drive we ever had. yeah. And you like the buttons, don't you? Economic sport. I mean, I love that as well. But yeah, for me it would not need a button. Just put in sport. But yeah, this award winning. And you know, there was only one negative point about this car. You can read this all up on the internet, by the way. You know, Google the car, but don't just type in C4. Citroen C4.
Otherwise you might get a ching 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 at the door.
People were complaining one thing, yeah?
Go on,
now, there have been award-winning cars before, and they had 5, 6, 7 things that people still complained about, but they won the award. This car, one thing, and you know what it is? They say, the touchscreen is not super sensitive. We like a sensitive touchscreen. That was the only thing that it came like 30th or something. The rest is all top 10, top 20, which made this car an award-winning car, but like head and shoulder kind of stuff, you know what I mean? All the other cars, Focus, Golf, you know, all these cars, they dropped down, and this is on the podium, number 1. So that is good to know.
It is a good car. I really like it.
Yeah, and they don't win awards for nothing, you know what I mean? So if you buy this car or a C4, it's the electric one, the diesel one. This is the petrol version, which for us is the favorite, I would say.
Yeah.
Award-winning car 2023. Look it up, Auto Express, voted by thousands of people, and you can see all the categories where this car came a winner or in the top 5. And I think for a potential buyer, it can mean a lot that you know that you're buying quality.
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to keep driving this thing. I didn't want to come back. It's a nice car. I would probably vote for this as well, to be honest. I've driven a few cars this year, and this is probably one of my favorites so far.
Yeah, I mean, the styling must be, I don't know that, I didn't read it, but for me the styling would be top 3 as well. Yeah. You know, the back of the car, the lights, the big alloy wheels, factory, 18-inch Michelin tires.
It's so futuristic. I love it.
It's super, but Citroen has always been a bit futuristic though, remember?
Yeah.
But they keep that going, but the bad thing of the reputation from the past, that's out of the window now. They're winning prizes now. They won it last year, they're probably going to win it this year as well again.
Yeah, quite possible. Okay, we're at that point now where we're going to give you 2 things we like and 1 thing we don't like. So, do you want to start?
2 things.
2 things you like, 1 thing you don't.
Well, talking about 2 things, I didn't tell anybody yet, but listen to this, man. This car, it doesn't only look sporty, it has 2 exhausts, which is the first thing that I like about this car. 1 exhaust, double exhaust.
That's cool.
So I think that's really, really cool, man.
A lot of new cars, they actually have fake exhausts, but this is the actual exhaust.
Real exhausts.
Real exhaust, not fake.
So Citroen done a great job there.
Yeah.
They didn't win the award for nothing. You know, the competition was really, really hard.
Yeah.
And they were head and shoulders, man. And it's not just saying that.
Head and shoulders? Well, there's dandruff on the car?
I didn't know you had dandruff. What I also like is the Parktronic all around the car. It's got the back, it's got the side, it's got the camera. You're just never gonna crash this car. Yeah. So those are the 2 things I like about this car. Now you want to know the 1 thing that I don't really like about this car? Do you want to know it?
Go on then.
I know it's sad, but it's got no ashtray. So I'm just into the older cars with ashtrays.
If you had a red,
everybody I know smokes, so I need the ashtray in the car.
But if you're a rebel, you could just use your cup holders and clean them out.
Getting rebellious now, yeah?
Yeah.
Le rebelle in French.
You got 2 cup holders, ashtray, coffee.
Okay, well then I have nothing that I don't like about this car. There's only stuff that I like.
Excellent.
What about you?
Okay,
amigo.
First thing that I like about this is the heads-up display. I love it. It comes up and it shows your speed. Yeah. You know, I would prefer to have some crosshairs in there, and then you could put the car in front in your crosshairs and pretend you're going to blow the bastard up with your C4.
It's true. It's damn true. Yeah. No, you get a lot of info on the display. It doesn't distract you, and you're always looking there, so you're always going to see it.
Yeah.
I love it. I had it on other cars, but yeah.
It's the first time I've seen it.
They were €100,000 cars. I didn't buy them new, you know. This is not an expensive car, but you get all the expensive extras.
Yeah.
Factory. You don't have to order it. You don't have to fill in no list. It's in there.
Yeah.
I understand you like that bit, man. Yeah. That was almost one of my 2 things as well. The HUD, they call it, don't they? Heads up display. Any more, Chris?
Yeah. Next thing, I'll go to what I don't like about it, which is this has keyless entry. Now, you don't have to take your key out your pocket. You can just leave it in your pocket and you walk up to it and you can open it. It'll automatically open all the doors and everything, which is great idea. But the annoying thing is, if you happen to be stood next to the car for a period of time, the car will just keep locking and unlocking and locking and unlocking, and it's kind of a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
So that is my negative about this, but you can actually turn it off. So if that does annoy you, lock him off. Okay, so the last thing that I like about this car is the style. It's so futuristic, it's so beautiful, it's like a work of art. You could just sit there and look at it for hours and you notice new details and everything. I love it. It's a beautiful car, it really is. But if you are interested in this car, to go along to Citroen Benihoffer and speak to John or Elsa, you know, they're all good people there. And if you mention our name,
Costa Car Trader,
or
CCT,
and John is willing to do you a good deal on this. We'll put the details in the description, and we'll also put a link to this actual car in the description, and you can find out more. So
I wish they did awards for car dealers, you know, because I'm sure John and his garage there, they would win the award this year.
Yeah, and I wish they would do awards for presenters like us, because I'm sure we would win something.
Yeah. All right, that's a wrap then, Chris?
That's a wrap.
Do you like the car all in all, you know, overall?
I love the car. And John, we're keeping this one. I'm not going to bring it back. Sorry, mate.
Not going to bring it back.
No, this is ours now.
That's a wrap, people. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel.
And share this video.
The channel.
If you think someone might enjoy watching this video, share it with them. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.